Good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's a casual Sunday. Today we're just really doing a 1 hour podcast. I'm Leon, Mario is here. We have some FIFA in the background. Today we actually planned to deal a little bit more, but things out of our control. So today we're just going to talk really about Leicester City and their accomplishment over the first half of the season because it's been quite remarkable and it's something noteworthy. They've built a brilliant squad over the last couple of transfer windows, and Brendan Rodgers seemed to have grown a lot from his time in Scotland. So, Mario, Leicester City, second in the Premier League.
Um, yeah, potato circles. Yeah, pick up on that. Well, I want to see what they're going to maintain it, and I think part part of this is because, and I hate doing this to teams that I hate doing this to Leicester all the time. But when are Leicester going to have a season that is good when every good team is they play good? That's my only issue with them. That's some kind of you manipulate all of this going on. That's what my concerns. Um, I hate doing this to Leicester, but I'm just getting negativity out of you first. And come off ultimate.
How do you listen to that?
No, just vote out. Don't come vote.
Yeah, like, all right. So, yeah, we know United is underperforming, City is
Arsenal is on
underperforming,
City,
Arsenal,
everyone,
Spurs.
everybody. Chelsea are rebuild. This is my problem with Leicester City. It's always when things are going absolutely crappy for big teams, and there's just only one big team playing well that they perform at this.
So, so yeah, all right. But they can say you can only beat what's in front of you.
True.
And they have, I think they've lost to City, they lost to Liverpool, they drew with Chelsea. But other than that, Arsenal, United, Tottenham, they've shown they've shown to be way above them. And Madison Vardy is the top league scorer. Tillemans is performing well, and Didi is performing well.
Another copycat content.
Yeah, he's another copycat Kante. Madison has come in. He's been the most creative player in the Premier League over the past 2 seasons, creating the most amount of chances.
Oh my god, like come out.
Let's go to Volta.
What?
Oh, wait, I forgot. Yeah, so even if the big teams aren't like performing, they still had to do what needed to be done. For example, let's look at Wolves. Wolves is fifth in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
They finished seventh last season,
Yeah.
and now they're fifth. And Wolves has played way more matches this season than last season due to being in the Europa League, and they're in the round of 32 in the Europa League. Now, all of that,
See, that sounds like improvement from a team. Um, that's why with Wolves situation it's a bit different than how I judge Leicester situation.
but then you can look at Leicester and see that they lost their arguably their best centre back in Maguire. They brought in a young prospect in from the academy.
They have Soyuncu.
Yeah, but as I say, he's from the
No,
academy.
he's not from the academy. From Bundesliga.
Yeah, but they didn't spend much for him.
No matter,
They
no,
just
but he
brought
was
him
still
into
a
the
big,
squad
no, but
from the.
he was still a big prospect. He was still, Juventus wanted Soyuncu at some point. Bayern was looking at Soyuncu, but then go with Pavard instead, because Pavard can play as a fullback as well.
Yeah.
Um, Dortmund wanted Soyuncu, but them have Akanji and Zagadou.
Yeah.
So never made sense to buy. And they did have Dyer before themselves Dyer to PSV. But like Soyuncu was a well-touted player. I was surprised when he went to Leicester.
Just like with Tillemans. Tillemans is at Leicester.
Yeah.
And he's a very one of Belgium's best prospect coming through the age groups. So they built a squad and they have a manager that plays attacking
Who was the
football.
asshole who said who scored?
Someone needs to ask Monaco.
Well, we know that Anderlecht they just are trying to get rid of
Yeah,
him for
Anderlecht sold
money.
him to Monaco. Monaco sold him to Leicester for 40 mil, which is a steal.
Mhm.
And then you have to say that under Brendan Rodgers, Vardy has been in his best scoring form of his life.
Yeah, because I personally think because Vardy.
And no, this is no longer just, oh, we're going to sit back and defend and counter. That was how
But
he used to
Rodgers never,
score his
no, but Rodgers,
goals
no, Vardy.
under Ranieri.
Oh yeah, yeah, I thought Vardy. I
And
just
under, what was the
because
manager
Rodgers was
before?
never like
Was it
Rodgers.
Puel? Was the manager before Rodgers?
He Clark Hill.
Yeah, now with Rodgers, it's front foot, pressing
But
football,
that's what Clark Hill wanted.
passing the
No,
ball
but that's
around.
what Clark Hill wanted to do. I just think he had a bad score to do.
True. But no, Vardy, that's what Vardy's doing. Vardy's not just breaking the last man and scoring goals. He's involved in the build-up play, and he's the Premier League's highest goal scorer right now.
Yeah, because they're using him like how City uses a bird.
Yeah, so, and then I think they have Harvey Barnes and
I can't
Elias
pronounce. I can't.
Perez
I well,
on the wings.
Aitse Perez plays both on the wings and comes in for Vardy up front.
Mm-hmm.
But there's the other Chandra something another.
Oh, Chow. Yes, and Chowdhury. I think it's
I don't
Chowdhury.
know how to
I
pronounce
know who
it.
you're talking. I think his
Another
last name
one is
is
another one.
yeah.
Imam Barnes.
So
Or their academy graduates.
they are academy graduates and they are coming, they are performing. And like I said, Madison is has been super creative. So a rock solid defense with Chilwell and
I don't.
Ricardo.
Well, I
Their centre back partnership is solid between Evans and Soyuncu. Ndidi,
oh.
Tillemans and
Let me
Madison.
ask you. They seem to be favorite to get Demiral. Or them seem to show the most interest in Demiral. And he's also Turkish as well, which is
Mm-hmm.
same nationality as Syunju.
Yeah.
Do you see him being a better? Do you see him being a replacement for Johnny Evans next season as an upgrade? Because he's been playing excellent for Juventus, and Syunju is a good ball playing centre back, but kind of like David Luiz kind of leaving defense.
Yeah, which is why he has Evans there to pull him back into place and to plug those gaps that he leaves.
But Demiral is a centre back, centre back. Well, he can play right back as well. Comfortable on the ball, but he's less likely to run with your
I
defense.
think you can say that he looks to be the replacement for Evans going forward, as Evans ain't getting any younger.
Which means.
But his performances, the team performances, has been outstanding, and they are where they are in the table because yes, the other so-called top six are underperforming badly.
And that's my only problem with Leicester's performance because
But if we look at when Rodgers took them over, we should remember that if it wasn't for a wonder goal by Vincent Company, City was going to draw that match. Their performances under Rodgers have been very, very, very consistent since he took over. And we should also look at the two matches that they lost recently, which were, you could arguably say, one of the best teams in Europe and one of the teams that walked the Premier League 2 seasons in a row.
which guns are
So, what at this moment it seems that Leicester City will be in the Champions League next season.
I don't know that. His guns
Because at the moment, do you see United recovering?
no.
Do you see Arsenal recovering?
No.
Chelsea is faltering,
Well,
but that was predicted to happen due to the type of squad that they have.
I could just finish fourth or third.
But even in Chelsea's
Are
bad
we still
form
third?
at the
Are
moment,
we still third? Third or fourth?
they're still fourth.
Oh, how are we doing?
They're still fourth because they are, like you say, the other top six teams seem to be apparently top four is their kryptonite. And Wolves seems very strong in that fifth position.
My problem is the art. My thing with Wolves is that I want to see after Valentine. I want to see them after Valentine's Day.
After the run at 32,
Yeah. Now what? When the Roller 32 starts. because that's when now you have to travel on a Thursday.
Yeah, and then play on a Sunday.
And then play on a Saturday or Sunday.
And they don't have the biggest of squads.
Or squad depth, I should say.
Yes,
They have
squad
a big
depth.
squad, but they don't have squad depth.
And they hardly rotate. But then again, their fitness levels under Nuno has been very impressive.
No, because Nuno Espirito Santos uses a great deal of box-to-box midfielders, high-energy players, um, who a big part of their game is already their work ethic.
And then we can take a look at another player that has stood out over the first half of the season for me is Adama Traore.
You get that end product now?
Yes.
Big up to Traore. Been watching him at Barca for years, and that was my problem with him at Barca.
Yeah, he couldn't finish.
Shit.
Couldn't pass or finish.
Exactly. So I'm glad he has an end product.
He's up for Player of the Month this season.
I'll give him. He might play for choose him African country or Spain.
I don't think I'm not sure if he has made a choice yet. But I'm telling you, man, like
But that was my problem
for
with him
a
at
player
Barca.
so fast.
That was my problem with him at Barca because he came out of Barca's he came out of Barca B at the end of the Guardiola era. So this is after Duel of Fayu. This is after it was Adama Traore, the Cameroonian striker, what name? Dungo Thafshak Makoun. I can't pronounce it. But Cameroon striker Adama Traore, you had Edgar Le, centre back from Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
There was somebody else from that graduating class who was really good. There was somebody else from that graduating class that was very good, and I think they actually went on to the world.
You have like a nation.
This was after Cuenca, Teo, Duelo Feyu. This was after those guys. Munir was a part of that team too. Eladan.
Eladid Munir, that one at Sevilla.
Yeah. And him and Spain need to make him play for Morocco because not that much call him. Him and Munir have national identities with Africa.
Mm-hmm.
But chose to play for Spain at the youth level. So I'm glad where Adama Traore has reached. Honestly, thought they would have played him as a wing back.
He does play as a wing back sometimes, but due to Wolves, sometimes depending on what they play, 3-5-2 or 3-4-3. If in the 3-5-2 he's wing back, in the 3-4-3 he's a winger. Where
Are in the front three.
Are in the front three. Yeah. So he's been super damaged because against Liverpool, he almost scored him. He scored 3 times against City. Yeah, the first two when Wolves won 2-0, and the comeback, the 3-2 comeback from Wolves. Traore again was responsible for that one. So some of Wolves' best football has come from Traore.
Because, like I said, it was
he was at Barca. He went to Middlesbrough, and it was the same thing at Middlesbrough as well. He had no end product. Wolves took him, and you're now seeing end product being a part of his game. So Traore, like aside, Danny Ings as well. Danny Ings, yes, for Southampton. I think he has 14 Premier League goals this season.
No, but Danny Ings is always like him and Charlie Austin were always.
Yeah, but for a Southampton team that has been underperformed massively, he has been that one bright beacon coming through.
But you see, with him and Charlie Austin, I don't really look at their goals as being special because those two have always needed, because even when Charlie Austin was getting relegated with QPR, and no matter how shitty Burnley played, Ings and Charlie Austin were actually like the greatest strike partnership in the championship ever. Like I think 30 goals in between the two of them. When they were both playing for Burnley, which is why I think that Southampton is wasting their time because you had both Charlie Austin and Ings. I don't know if they still have Charlie Austin, but you have that strike partnership, but you can't make it work in the Premier League with the squad you have. But I think the problem with the Southampton squad is that they lost their direction with the constant changing of managers. Mm-hmm. So everything after Kingsley Coleman has been hit or miss. And I don't think they took time to make certain decisions. So right now I think their squad is just like a bunch of their squad is a bunch of players
Mismatch.
mismatches, yeah. Because every manager coming with their own idea over the years. Because Pierre Emile Hoiberg, um, he's one thing, and then you have
Ward pros.
Ward Prowse, who should be an England international by now, because I expected a lot from him. I think he's one of the better technical midfielders that England has. That as it pertains to youngsters.
Mhm.
So um, I think he's one of them that should have been further ahead than where he is now. Um, but that's my biggest disappointment so far. My biggest disappointment is Will Hughes, and that's because on the squad he's in. After a certain amount of time, started.
Yeah, he went to Watford, which at the time you could say wasn't a bad transfer.
No, at the
But
time it was
Watford,
a big
in
garbage.
hindsight, but we could also talk about Sheffield United, which is another,
No,
for
but you see,
me,
no, may I wait until next season before me touch.
yeah, but we have to talk about this season because they have performed well this season.
Yeah, but that's because there are unknown quantity in the league.
I doubt it's a match of unknown
It
quantity though.
is, it is, it is. We'll always see. We'll
Because this
always
is a championship squad. They haven't changed anything.
right, right. This is how casual this podcast is. Yo, right. Something but nice. Something but nice. Yeah, so
Yeah, he said they're an unknown quantity.
yeah, and that's my problem. We've always seen at least one. We've always seen at least one of the newly promoted teams from any season. Pick a season. There's always one newly promoted team that's just doing damn good, and I think it's because they're an unknown quantity. But what when people set up for you next season?
Yeah, but you're looking at a
I
squad
am
of
more
players
impressed with Brighton than I am with Sheffield.
under Parker.
Yeah, you know why?
Scott Parker.
Yeah, because you know why?
He's changed their style of play completely.
Yeah, but here's the problem. On the same set of a majority of the same set of players, majority. You might look at maybe one and two new players like Mopi or what the new forward name, Mopai or something like that. Mopi.
Mopi. Or Mopi.
I don't know how to pronounce
I
him
don't know, I
properly.
think it's Mopi.
I don't know how to pronounce him properly. Sorry for my pronouncing him wrong. But I'm more impressed with them than Sheffield United because we always see at least one of the newly promoted teams. No matter which season of the Premier League, there's always one newly promoted team that just does extremely well. Look at what Bournemouth did.
But Bournemouth has been consistent.
Yeah, but matter the first season that we saw Bournemouth,
Yeah.
and that's why I've been impressed with them now. The first season that we saw Bournemouth, they did not look like going down,
No.
and then they've been consistent after that. We've seen it from promoted teams where, all right, the first season them in the Premier League, nobody don't know them playing style that well. Nobody don't know how to deal with the specific players that like that well because these are the first I play against them. But the difference why Bournemouth have been able to survive for more than one season in the Premier League is that they've continued to progress. And even though Brighton struggled maybe the last season, a still majority of the same players, one manager just come in and change them style. There's always at least one promoted team in the Premier League or in any league that just shoots up the table, even midway, even if they finish midway or even on the bottom half of the table, but that don't look like they're going down. But it's more because they're an unknown quantity. Once in next season, when you do your transfers and people know your squad and people know exactly how to play against this player, then I want to see how you are. Now they've been performing well this season, but I count it up to being new to the Premier League or new to the Premier League. I see more as them being an unknown quantity, and of course their playing style is extremely defensive. They have a shit ton of box-to-box midfielders. Um, so were they using a back four with all centre backs?
At one point in time, remember, their go-to is a back three. a 3-5-2
Exactly.
with your centre backs overlapping.
Exactly. So, um, and majority of their midfielders are either defensive midfielders or box box
Mhm.
midfielders. So, I want to see next season when people figure them out what they do. That's why I'm more impressed with Brighton.
Because after firing, what's his name again? The last manager.
Chris
Yeah,
Hughton.
Chris Hilton.
Yeah, but nobody never expect shit from Chris Hughton tactically.
No, but he kept them up.
Yeah, he's a four. Yeah, but that's the type of person he is. He's a 4-4-2 manager that keeps you up for the moment. All right, you know who we want to talk about? I'm gonna just remember West Ham.
They
No,
underperformed
no, no,
badly.
no. I'm just underperform. You plan to get relegated. You fire Manuel. I would stick it out with Manuel and tell
And yeah,
him.
because they hired David Moyes. I have no idea what's going through that board mind. And when you look at that squad, this is the exact opposite of a David Moyes squad.
And it's the exact squad that you should do well with under Pellegrini. That's what surprised me. Because this squad should do well under Pellegrini. Based on the players that they have. And by God,
Yeah, but the problem that West Ham has is just goals are not coming. They're not scoring enough goals. And you hire David Moyes to fix that.
brother David Moyes feel a real Sociedad. You're not supposed to get another job after that. You're not supposed to get another job in the Premier League after that.
I'm glad you're no longer seeing the Mark Hughes and Sam Allardyce's back in the league again.
And the worst thing is that some other lads wasn't that bad because there were times when he tried to play attractive football.
Try. Emphasis on the try.
Yeah, but at least he can get a try. At least he can get a try. David Moyes either switch to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 of some sort or something like that, and it's gonna be boring.
Put it to sleep board.
Yo, the man got La Liga to make a team look like an English team. Wait, yo, no, I can't agree with it. I just can't agree with it.
He's an English manager. What did you expect?
I can't agree with it. At least Tony Adams tried to look good with Bernardo and just failed.
He's from the generation of English managers that know 4-4-2 kick and run. Long ball from defenders to attack. So I want to see what's going to happen because he has a squad that can play football.
Yeah, but you fire the manager that can get them to play football if we're talking about attractive football. And I know, if a manager just feel, a manager just feel. It can't go wrong.
And this is going to be,
This is recording, right?
yeah.
Here is Little good in Alvarez.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a centre back than a defensive midfielder, but he's young right now. So, of course, I'm going to use him. What do you look at this formation?
Let's go with the formation.
No, I'm not going to use it first. I couldn't pick as the default.
Oh. So yeah, let's. I think also we can also take a look at another surprise package, Everton.
You're a surprise package?
Did you expect them to have the season that they had, the first half of the season?
They had a good first half of the season.
They had a bad first half of the season. At
Yeah.
one point in time, they were in the relegation zone.
Yeah. I didn't expect Marcus Silva to be bad per se.
But again, the same issue persisted, no goals. And they thought Moise Kean was going to come in and be that goal scorer, and he's not.
Really, the guy would just come from Italy.
Yeah.
I think he expected too much from him.
See, the problem with and I think Everton is the example of bad squad building is you sold your goal scorer in Lukaku without having an adequate replacement, and every manager since has been fired over the same issue, lack of goals. There isn't a goal scorer in that squad that can grab you consistently 10 or 15 goals. Lukaku was grabbing you 20 plus, and you haven't replaced those goals yet.
And then Moisky isn't. You see how you bought Lukaku or when you bought Lukaku. That's far different from when you had Moisky.
Yeah, because he's not at that stage of his career yet.
Exactly. You see, and this is I see this is the thing I'm always telling about like player development and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And even not even just player development. And this is why I said Mata needs to leave. I still think Mata is a better player than anybody in the Man United squad.
Matter?
Yeah, one Mata.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I say he's a better than anybody in the United squad. Look what Cazorla is doing in La Liga, right? With Villarreal.
Yeah.
Villarreal aren't at their best in years, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Cazorla is still putting up somewhat world class performance, right? But here's the thing. Um, when you have world class players passing to a youngster,
Yeah.
it's different than having him do it all by himself or having less than world class players passing the ball to you. When you have a Miralem Pjanic stringing passes to you, you're
Yeah.
going to score more goals unless you're just not that ready. Unless you're just not ready for that level of football. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't get like how people like buy a player like Moses Keane and expect that all right. As much as I love Gilfie Sigurdsson, I don't expect him to be like a Miralem Pjanic. I don't expect him to play like Pjanic. Exactly. Um,
But then when you look into that squad, you ask yourself, where is the creativity coming from?
You see, and that's the thing about Sigurdsson is that's one of the weird things about Sigurdsson and certain attacking midfielders
Mm-hmm.
that you have certain attacking midfielders who are really goal scoring attacking midfielders rather than playmakers,
Yeah.
which is where I think Everton would need Ross Barkley back. Fabian Delph to me should have provided really a box to box midfielder type of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
I thought he would have given them some, even though he's a box to box midfielder, we know he can be creative.
Yeah.
I thought he would have, but I guess it's just how managers use you as well.
That also plays a big role into it. Because like I said, how many of us expected um Moise Keane to come in and grab 15 goals in the
That's what
Premier League?
no, but that's what it seemed like they were expecting. It seemed like they were expecting to be a 20 goal a season striker as soon as they sign him.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, you can't, like you say, you can't expect that from him because
And again, it's different if you
you
have
bought a prospect,
exactly.
didn't buy a finished article. And it's not like
He
you
wasn't a starter at
combine,
Juve.
it's not like you combine that prospect with a proven goal scorer.
Why am I playing this? The Xbox too many for charge? Not
But,
showing for charge?
well,
See, I think it's fine.
yeah, I think that's just the battery that died. It uses double A's. You want to plug in the USB into it?
What do you use?
You might have to get,
Can I use my USB?
yeah, not like it uses a specific USB. It's an Android USB that it uses.
Yeah, but my person uses now. You have
Yeah.
to plug it on right there.
No, you can leave it plugged in right there. It doesn't have to be plugged into the Xbox.
Okay.
It just needs a power source. Yeah, then that shows how casual this podcast is.
Free shit today.
Just one of those Sundays. Shit.
Alright, bring the laptop on the thing, the charger, so. Laptop on the
Uh,
mic.
yes.
The slide. I'm careful, cause yeah, let's put a mic somewhere. So.
So yeah, pretty much that's it. Also, who else do you think like City?
Yeah.
They need a centre back or two or three.
My thing is that I don't think City needs centre backs to sign. I think Guardiola should trust his youngsters a bit more. Like they have an English centre back who, when Guardiola first came to the league, They were
Mm-hmm.
using him a lot. I can't pronounce his name. It started with A, Adebayor or something like that. And then they have a Dutch centre back called Schindler.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, I hope somebody can correct me if they're here in the podcast. I think those two should get more of a chance. And of course, I'm have Eric Garcia.
Who's the one that he has on the bench?
Yeah. So I just think you need to trust them a bit more. The thing is, um, everybody is expecting Pep to still compete right now. I think it's unfortunate what what happened. Like just getting centre backs injured left, right, and centre. I
Yeah.
think that's been the biggest issue. Is that you haven't had a consistent centre back partnership this year. I still think Stones can play world class. I still think Lapocha can play world class. I just think he needs his backups to develop this year. But the problem is his two best backups, in my opinion, as it
Mm-hmm.
pertains to young players, are
Yeah.
out on loan. Oh yeah, thank you. I think his two best backups are currently on loan, and I think that's the issue with the squad.
So you think that,
This would be a perfect time to develop Eric Garcia, Schindler, and Adebayor.
yeah,
But the problem is two are unknown, and I don't think Pep trusts them as much anymore. He's never really given Schindler a chance. But when he first came to the Premier League, I was one like Adebayor. But you see, this is where things kind of get conspiracy theory with me. As soon as Adebayor, and again, this man, I might be pronouncing his name wrong, but he's a Nigerian centre half now. But when he was English, Pep was using him in the squad. As soon as he changed his nationality to Nigeria and played at, I don't know if he played at the World Cup, but I didn't play some competition for them, so he can't switch back.
mhm.
I think that's when him start the thing there. I think that's when them just start sending him up on. But Pep was very trustworthy of him in the first spell. When he was using the back three as well, Pep was very trustworthy of him. Even as a substitute, Pep trusted him, and he played well under Pep.
Yeah,
That's the
but
thing.
who are the surviving members from that first play that are still in the squad as defenders?
No, but what I'm saying
I
is
think Otamendi is the
Ottoman is
only
over.
one. Yeah, everybody else
But
was
here's the
gone.
thing. But here's the thing. If he was playing badly, it would be bad on two. Or if he was like a Otamendi who was old,
Mm-hmm.
or a Collar who was old, I could get that. But you're dealing with a young player from your academy who has played well under you during arguably your toughest season since this season,
Yeah.
and he played well. You see, if he never played well, it would have been bad on two. But like he did well. So that's why I find it strange. And Schindler, well, Pep would have to know, him youngsters because he's never really given that guy a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't make any judgments about that because Pep is a person that gives youngsters opportunities from his Barca days.
Yeah, because the two youngsters in the squad that he's given opportunities this season is Garcia and Angelino. And Jivchenko is already
Well. Here's the
a
thing.
part of the squad.
Here's the thing with Angelina. I don't
And
cons-
Foden.
Here's the thing with Angelina.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at him really as that much of a youngster like that, where um, City literally sold Angelino and bought him back.
Yes.
He didn't do well at Girona on loan. I think Maffeo did well on loan at Girona. Or Maffeo is still playing for Girona. Um, but with Angelina, he should have always been in Pep's squad. I don't think they needed to sign Benjamin Mendy.
But didn't he sign like Mendy in his second season?
No, but Angelina was always there as a youngster. It's not like they needed to. That's why I said they didn't need to sign him.
Yeah, but they sold all their fullbacks, so
And then they had Zinchenko as well. So again, I still didn't think they need to buy it. They needed to buy. And I thought that Rafael Guerrero would have been a better option than buying Benjamin Mendy. Although I've never thought that Benjamin Mendy fit Pep's style.
but when fit he's used.
No. I mean, we're using, but like,
Because what Pep does is when he uses Mendy, Mendy plays as a winger. and he has some really great crosses.
And Angelino to me fits Pep style better. I'm talking about who fits Pep style better. I'm not saying that Benjamin Mendy isn't a good fullback.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
But I'm talking about who fits in your team to do well. Ah! Yeah, I know. Alright, so for the people listening to the podcast, I'm playing Voltaire right now. So that's why I keep like cutting in and out of the conversation. But yeah,
So that's City's defensive woes.
it,
And
it will
then,
be so. Like, it's not as bad as people are making it seem.
well, he can't keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, but that's why I said for this season it's going to be rough. But it's not as bad as it seems. I think it will be back to normal. And again, if Pep's centre halves are fit this season, do you think it would be that bad?
No, like you say, if his centre halves were fit, I thought Liverpool would be top of the table.
Exactly.
Since they lost, Laporte, it's gone downhill from there.
And Stones have been in and out of the squad with injuries as well. So
Yeah,
he,
but
so
Pep
he,
doesn't trust Stones and Otamendi as a partnership. City has conceded and lost the most matches with Stones and Otamendi as a partnership.
yeah, but again, you still gotta get my point. My point is that if you're in and out of the squad injured, if you're in and out of the squad injured, you're not going to build up a level of form. So I don't want to judge John Stones based on this season because again, you've been in and out of the squad with injuries. I can't expect you to come in back from injury and just instantly play with a centre back, no matter who it is. Doesn't matter who it is. You could have Ramos, PK, you could have Van Dijk beside you. I don't expect you to come back from injury that just come back and just instantly play well. Now, of course, we've seen instances of that, but I don't expect it of someone.
And Liverpool, deserving of the top spot?
I mean, yeah, they built a good team. But again, you see, this is my problem with a lot of the Premier League seasons that we watch, and this is why I still question the Premier League being that exciting as people say. Majority of the Premier League teams who have won the title, they've always won it this way. They dominate for an entire year. When was the last time we've really seen a title chase where all three teams are in the pack for like majority of the year? This is the problem with that I have like with the
Chelsea United.
yeah, but that's that era. But that's my problem with this era of the Premier League. Everybody still tells me that okay, yo, the Premier League competitive Premier League.
Yeah, but the
No, the fuck
last,
is
except last season, where
no
it was
like
City
that.
Liverpool,
Yeah, but all right. Use
the
last
season
season.
before that would have been Pep ran away with it.
Exactly.
Before that,
It's always
Chelsea
been
ran away with it.
it's been runaways.
Leicester, well, Leicester did
Run
run
away
away.
with they ran
How
away
many did I
with
finish?
it.
9 points? I think I won 9 points ahead of
Brother,
Tottenham.
Arsenal finished second that year and
Yeah,
they
Tottenham finished.
crawled to second place
Yeah,
that
because
year.
Tottenham bottled it in the last couple matches. Before that,
And Tottenham
Mourinho,
wasn't
Chelsea
near to
ran
them.
away with it. So the last race you could say was Pellegrini. Yeah, Pellegrini, and Pellegrini won the title with City.
And even him to some extent they dominate for majority
Yeah,
of the
but
year.
United,
Caught up.
yeah, which is Alex Ferguson's style.
Exactly. And
He's always come
Mancini.
back.
That was Mancini. That was Mancini, not Pellegrini. When Sir Alex had crawled back to the final
Yeah, no,
thing.
no, I'm not talking the Aguero QPR.
Oh, yeah, talk after.
Yeah, the one that they won before Mourinho came.
Oh,
The
okay.
one when Gerrard slipped that season. And they won it by 1 point again. I think it was Liverpool that finished second, if I remember correctly. That
Oh, yeah,
year,
talk
Reds.
Suarez, Sterling, and
Yeah, that season. So I think it was Pellegrini that won the title for them that year. Low.
penalties in FIFA is terrible. Somebody needs to change the shit.
Keep it low. At least away from the keeper.
I tried that a while ago. Before.
No, you're timing it. That's why it's going off target.
What?
You're using time to finishing
Oh man.
by tapping the B twice. Don't tap the shoe button twice. That activates time the finishing. Well, you lost that match. 25 shots, 17 on target. Not clinical at all.
You see the size of the goal?
Why not try futsal?
And I've been just dribbling and I've been basically just practicing dribbling.
That's the point of Volta. Learn to dribble.
And you see, this is why I kind of agree with EA sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
and that's very controversial to say. But on a Barcelona and FIFA Street back, when I get a decent version of it,
And nobody ain't playing
and
it.
nobody ain't playing it. And I think that's the problem, and I think that's why they're not bringing back EA Big. And that's my biggest reason why I think they're not going to bring back EA Big.
Yeah, because nobody ain't playing Volta.
But you see, I think game modes like Volta,
Mm-hmm.
they're for coach gaming. They're not for like me a stream one side of the world, you a stream one side of the world. Yo, Leon, this is still a record, right?
Yes.
Alright, we're recording. What can you say? What can you say?
They did the heel to heel flick. Yeah, the heel to heel. That's what he did.
Oh,
5-star skill move. Flick it up, flick the light analog up and down, and you get the goal. Pause on the image and confirm that it's me recording.
home pass for next one.
Yeah, that one there.
Um,
Really start button, yeah. Xbox button. Go across. Across again. Yeah. And that was the final thing that he captured.
uh,
So you can stop capturing and restart to continue.
how we do that?
Go down to capturing.
Yeah.
Yeah. A. Stop. And do it again.
Fire some. Yeah, friends. Alright, I'm supposed to know.
Bring up back the Xbox. Yeah. And then just start recording. There you go.
Shot. So how much do you rate Danny Van de Beek?
Very highly.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think a lot of persons underestimates he's good, he's technical, he can find the pass, he's good shooting, he's good defensively.
Well,
I think
I don't know his midfield type
true, I think that might be why he hasn't been bought yet.
because
Are you a box to box? Are you a playmaker? Are you a number 10? What
I
do
don't
you do?
I don't. He just seem like a complete midfielder to me. He just seem like a player who can just play midfield. I don't know what exactly is his
You
specialty.
could say he could be a Lampard. Because Lampard could do all three. A number 10, a box to box, a playmaker.
Yeah, but the difference with Lampard was you knew that Lampard was an attacking midfielder. I
True.
don't know what Van de Beek is, and Van de Beek can play as a holding midfielder as well.
That's why I believe that's why he's still at Ajax. No disrespect to Ajax. But I think a lot of persons don't exactly know how he
Yeah,
fits.
and how best can utilize him in another
I
part.
think he would fit someone like Marino, really. Because Marino likes to have these type of midfield players.
Alright, we'll go with the keeper
So
now.
like without even like making substitutions, he can just
Change your role for him.
yeah, and just say, here what?
Do
Sit deep
this.
for me.
Yeah, do this instead of that.
Because he did that a lot with SEN, he did a lot with Ramirez when he had him.
Yeah.
Yo, sit, be box to box. Okay, be more attacking. Volta football. See, the thing is, with Volta, there's not much coach play going on these days.
Yeah, that's my point. There's not much coach play. This is meant for like
This is the ultimate FIFA bragging rights. And the gameplay is not that bad.
Not that,
The
but it's
gameplay
enjoyable.
is really sweet in
It's good.
Volta.
It's good. And I was a doubter. I was a doubter. I was one of the people who doubted it. Oh shit! I ran away with this one.
Yeah, you won that one. But there's always the second half. Oh, I think I caught myself today.
Where
I'm on my toe. I think I was trying to, um,
podcast
um,
start back
yeah, yeah, oh,
we'll talk about that after.
yeah.
Yeah, the whole situation with like Van because I don't know where he truly fit. I don't know if he's a deep line playmaker, box to box midfielder, number 10.
He's all over the place.
But that's good for a total football squad.
True.
That's good for a total football squad. But what about like when you're going to get a transfer to another club? Where do you fit? Oh, which club do you think is best for him?
Van de Beek?
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know. Well,
You think it would fit club style at Liverpool?
club style. Yeah, he would provide that creative edge that they lack, but still provide
High energy
high
midfield.
energy, the good balance, good defensive awareness, but also someone that can find the pass. And I think it's really up to because right now Van der Beek fits what Ajax needs. But
Yeah,
I
that's what I
think
say.
if he
Like,
went to like a different manager, he would decide where he goes. Because it's not like De Jong where you could say, okay, this is De Jong's role.
but even De Jong, a lot of people are still caught in between De Jong being a box to box midfielder, which he's naturally. But it's easy to say that he can transition to a defensive midfielder with ease
Yeah,
because he can already play there.
but you can also say he can also be a deep fine playmaker as well.
But I would say more box to box midfielder, but he can pick out a pass.
Hmm.
But Arthur to me is the but Arthur to me is Barca's future deep line player. I think that De Jong is really
Busquets replacements.
either that or the box to box midfielder Barca has been searching for.
A technical box, you know?
Yeah, I'm enjoying Volta. I'm enjoying Volta. I give this one to EA. And this is why EA is not bringing back big because nobody now play Volta and ask for street for much years. And this is the problem with nostalgia in this era.
It's a double-edged blade.
Yeah, you get it, but now what?
It's not what they like or not what they thought.
Exactly. Because them still go for them childhood feelings and their memories.
Not evolving, huh?
So we're gonna do some coach gaming with the Volta. We'll do some coach gaming with the Volta. Oh, we're not gonna be the first person. We're not gonna be the first person to like score our own goals in the World Cup.
So honestly, like this season of football has been weird. I
Weird.
think this is the weirdest first half of the season.
Oh, I see that.
All right, cause let's look at the big teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Chelsea heading? We're both Chelsea fans, but can we say we know where Chelsea's heading?
Yeah. Uh, well, then again, me have my own idea of what Chelsea should do, but Chelsea are prime. If they finish fourth, they're prime to add. Just they don't even need a lot more signings. They need just a
No,
few
they
more
just need
pieces.
a sprinkle of world class talent
Exactly.
to take that squad to
But you need, you
next
need,
level.
yeah, but I don't think you need to spend big on youngsters like even Sancho, because you have. What my idea is that you have players that are available that are cheaper than a Jadon Sancho,
Hmm.
who you can get with world class quality, like a Oscar. You can get Oscar for free. You can get Bertrand Cherry on a buyback clause, and he's shown development. And some people can say, well, Sancho is better than him right now. No problem. But I think he still has that same ceiling. Even though he's older than Sancho, I think
Yeah.
they have a similar ceiling. And again, I think this squad should not be looking for one person to be a hazard, rather than having just some class and quality throughout the entire
A
squad.
Liverpool model.
Yeah.
I do agree that they need a left footed right winger. Because
Bertrand Cherry,
when
right?
was the last time we had the last Robin was the last left footed right winger we had at the club?
I mean, if you want to count Maluda, but Maluda was a left winger.
Imari was the left winger, was the right winger. That's the thing. So a left footed right winger.
But back then we were using
Yeah.
back then you were
Yeah, like
using
Kalu and Manu on the
exactly.
wing. So
Yeah, but my point is that Kalu was playing right wing even though he can play left wing. But
mhm.
we weren't using wingers that cut in that much.
No, but Lampard's style of play is to cut in. Because one of Chelsea's problem is that you know what you're going to get on their right side. For instance, and also I think even in this January transfer window, I think Chelsea should look to strengthen fullback and centre back.
As I personally, I'm still one of those persons who think Baba Rahman is a damn good player and you should be given a chance.
Yeah, but Baba ship has sailed.
I don't, and that's my thing. I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the club no longer sees a future of him with him, and his ship has sailed.
That's what, and I think that's wrong to do. That's just me
But the
personally.
rumor, the rumor mill says Chilwell.
You see, and that's my problem. And that's where I differ from how Chelsea see things.
Mhm.
I don't think you need to go out and find and buy a lot of players.
Yeah, but again, if you're looking at this, both Joe Edwards, Jody Morris,
All right.
and Ed Newton, right?
Mm.
These are people who have overseen Baba at unknown at different clubs.
And he's played well at every.
Actually,
And yeah, but he's played
with
well.
the under 21s, under 23, the
Yeah,
under
but this is
18s.
after. This is always after injuries.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
the thing, though.
no,
So
no,
I
no.
think
But
Baba is in the same situation that Van Ginkel is in.
yeah, but
Your
it,
injuries have ruined your
but
chance.
that's the thing. I don't think it should be that way. I think that after their injury, you should give them time to get back to match fitness, and then give them a chance. And if them just flop, them then they just flop.
Yeah, but
I just
do
think
you really believe that? Because right now the club has Emerson and Alonso,
and
right?
Alonso leaving.
Reece James and Aspilicueta.
Yeah,
We know James will be the right back for the future going forward.
exactly.
Right. Now, since Ashley Cole, Chelsea has
Them have a
blundered
consistent left back.
left back completely, just blundered from one failed transfer to the next. Right. Alonso is good, but only as a wing back
Exactly.
because his lack of pace exposes him as a fullback.
Yeah.
Emerson is inconsistent, but crossing in general for Chelsea fullbacks have been poor.
Which
And
is
how
why
Lampard likes to play with wingers that cut inside. They need fullbacks who are
very good crosser, which is where
very
Baba
good
Rahman comes
crossers.
in. As a matter of fact, Baba Rahman is a good, damn good. His crosses are like passes. That's why I have a such great deal of respect for him, because he's more than that. Like if you look at look at Baba Rahman's performances before his injuries, even for just Chelsea, they were good. He was performing well, and that's my thing is giving up on people too quickly just off of injury.
Yeah, but again, the grapevine is, and we know how ruthless top clubs are.
But my problem is it's not like you give him a chance and then he fail.
Yeah, like I said, but we know that top clubs are ruthless. And we
See,
know Chelsea is one of the most ruthless clubs out there.
yeah, but I think you're doing. But my problem is this: You're
So
going
we
to
do
do.
believe that they are going to sell him and they are going to buy a fullback. That is a given. They are going to buy a left
And
back.
to me, that's a waste of time. To me personally, to me, that's a waste of money.
You can say it's a waste of money, but
You could be
we
spending your.
know what they are going to do.
No, but here's my thing. You could be spending your money wisely, much more wisely, and get more out of your entire team. Because let's say that you put Baba in the team at left back, you put Rudiger at right back, you get back Ake and you have Christensen already. You
No, I
have
think Christensen should see it.
you
His
know?
performances has been poor.
But again,
I
just
think his ship has sailed.
and
I
again,
think Tomori has leapfrogged him.
I don't think so. In talent, no, I
No,
don't
I
think so.
think no. As in, based on their performances this season.
That's this season. How many other seasons were
Yeah,
Christensen
but that's the
was
point. Christensen has been consistently poor since that Barcelona game under Conte's second season.
Yeah, but that was Conte's worst season at Chelsea.
Yeah, and he's been poor since then.
I wouldn't say poor. I would say
Poor under
underperformed.
Sarri and even under Lampard now, he has dropped down the pecking order.
And I still think that he's a quality. He's still a quality
We're
player.
not saying he's not a
I
quality
still think
player.
I think it's just a confidence thing with him right now. I don't think his talent
But
is.
after the, and I think one of the biggest things that these players are having right now is that
I think it's just a confidence issue with him.
when your agent comes out and makes the talk like Christensen agent made or his stepfather made, that if he doesn't get game time, we're going to seek other clubs elsewhere and we have other top clubs lined up to take him if you won't play him. And
They're putting
then
more pressure on the player.
And then now, when the player gets a consistent run in the team and he doesn't perform, what does that say
The pressure
about?
that's why I said that's why I said the club needs to handle these things better.
Yeah, but the club can control what the agent comes out and say.
Yeah, but that's why I said the club needs to make the player feel comfortable in that. All right, yeah, we're gonna work with you.
Yeah, but Lampard has shown no willingness to work with him.
And that's why I said right now I think it's just a confidence thing with him, which is why I still think that.
Because right now, Zuma, Rudiger, and Tomori, if Lampard plays a back three, that's his back three.
Yeah, but
if he plays a back four, it's Rudiger and Zuma with Tomori on the bench and Christensen out of the squad.
But that's my point is this.
And Lampard did tell us,
my point is
you will play based on your performance.
Yes, and I think he's performing but based on just confidence. I don't think is that all right, yeah man, he's just a flop player.
No, we're not saying he's a flop because I know the quality that Christensen possesses. He's shown it under Conte. He's shown it at Mönchengladbach.
I don't just give up on these players.
And I don't think the club is giving up on him, but I do believe that if the club buys Ake, someone will be sold. Now, the chances of Christensen staying is high because Zuma could also be the one that goes.
No, but I think he is the one that should go.
Because Zuma is not naturally comfortable on the ball. And we've seen instances of that. But why I would not judge anybody in our back four at this moment is that entire back four is inconsistent.
Exactly. That's my point. It's not like you have a secured back four or a secure defensive way of playing for Chelsea right now, which is why I just think it's a confidence thing with Christensen right now. I don't think he's lost any form of quality. I don't think he's gotten worse. I just think he's a confidence thing, which is why I still trust. Which is why I still trust him. Which is why I still would trust him. Okay, Rudiger and Baba Rahman at left back. If we're talking about not spending a shit ton of money, or not wasting money while still getting the most out of what you have now, so that you can focus your money on what you absolutely need.
Yeah, but I think Roman will be. I think what's happening right now at Chelsea is that the players that we did not see this season are done. They are gone. There's no second chance. There's no we didn't give you a fair chance, so let's give you a fair chance. I think a lot of players at the club right now, ship has sailed. And even though it's unfair to those players, because some of them has not been given a chance, because Atalanta is going to make the deal permanent for Pasalic.
No, but that's alright. That's alright.
See, a lot of these players who are out on loan right now will not be coming back. Unless they are youngsters in They were sent out on
No,
loan
but what may I say
from
is that
academy.
no, but where you now get what me I say is that for what you need in the squad, you don't have to spend a great deal of money unless you just want to spend some money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I
Which is why I
understand
said
that.
no, but which is why I
But
said
I think you have to look at it from the upper heads, even on Lampard and the management team overall. I think they have just said, here what? They say, all these players that we bought between X and X, let's wash your hands clean of them. We're done.
yeah, but here's my problem with that statement. My problem with that statement is that you don't need to do that. That's my problem with that statement. It's not like you have to do that thing.
They don't, but that is what they are going to do. Like I say,
And
it
that's why
is
I said it's a waste of,
unfair.
no, I'm not talking about even the unfairness of it. I'm just talking about unnecessary wasting of money, which is what Chelsea have been doing for years.
Yeah, but would you say they buying Ben Chilwell is a waste of money because this is England's future left
Yes,
back? And that
because you
you
don't need
cannot
to. You
say
don't need
he's
to.
been the second best left back in the Premier League
This
for the
season.
past, even last season.
I wouldn't say.
He was top 3 of one of the best left backs in the league. And this season, only Robertson has been a better left back than him.
And again, I still think that you don't need to spend unnecessarily to improve this squad. That's just my opinion.
But we know what Roman is going to do.
Well, again, that's what I'm saying.
And we know that they are going to go
Leon,
out
Leon,
and
again,
buy.
Leon, again, you still not going me. My opinion is that, and this not naga change. No matter where Roman do it, naga change. My opinion is that you don't need. Plain and simple.
Yeah, but if you're going to analyze the situation, just analyze on what the club is going to do, not what we want them to do, but the facts are this is the plan, this is what they're going to do, and this is what
And I just think
is going to happen.
And I think it's a waste of money and time. And then when you don't get certain players now, then it's a problem.
Lampard has already said that we will not be buying players just for buying sake.
And I think that's exactly what's going to happen.
Any player that we buy is an instant improvement.
And analyzing the situation, that's exactly what's going to happen. You need to buy.
I don't think so.
I honestly think it's that.
Because they need a winger. They need a centre forward.
Are you going to spend millions on the wingers? You're going to spend millions on the wingers.
Yeah, but the winger is for the summer.
No matter when, my point is that you're going to spend a lot of unnecessary money because Chelsea has had a record of doing that and they're going to do that.
Ah, that is true. But can you say them buying Sancho is a bad deal? No, it's not. It's not a bad deal.
It's not a bad deal, but it's an unnecessary high amount of spending. That's my only point.
When you have the money to spend, the club will spend it.
Again,
the club has at least 200 million to spend.
Like I said, again, my opinion is just simply this: you don't need it. It's one thing if you didn't need to do it.
We know that already. That Sancho already gels with the squad.
Well, no.
We know. Abraham, Mount, Callum, all of these guys are friends, and that you need to also look at the factor of how Lampard is building his squad.
Yeah, and even with all of that,
I thought that they would have gone back for Jada Silva at left back. Because I believe that was a mistake of selling.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He would still be a backup left back to me. Again, he's not a starting. In my Reece James will be in the same situation for me.
No, honestly, I believe that Reece James will take over from Aspilicueta next season.
And I wouldn't do that.
And I believe whosoever that they buy for left back will be starting.
And again,
because after Emerson's last performance,
which is why I said,
he's been dropped from the squad.
Which is why I said to you that my opinion of what they need to do is different from what they're going to do. So I'm gonna really have much free step on this other than that. Them no need for all of that. That's my point. Them no need for all of that.
We know that the Zaha rumors are picking up.
Yeah, but that's
picking up pace and.
Yeah, but my overall outlook on the squad, based on what you are saying, it's just not come down with it. So in a minute sense.
Yeah, but
so I'm not really spend much time arguing.
If you analyze football clubs do not do what you want them to do.
No, and it's not a matter.
They do what they believe is best.
No, it's not a matter of what I want them to do. You're telling me, Mario, you're asking my opinion. Mm-hmm. Mario, how can they improve the squad? Right now, how do you think they can improve the squad? I have my opinion on that. You are telling me just about what I'm going to spend.
Yeah. Because, like I said, if the coaching team is watching these players and they believe that these players are not good enough, then Because
How do you know that they're not good enough? You're not
well,
watching them on the
apparently
field.
these players are in training with them. And
No,
if
but that's
they
the
are
thing.
not, if Lampard went and got Tariq Lamptey,
As a
right?
right back.
Yeah, but that's just to show you, okay?
And he's using a back three, if I'm not mistaken. Or
No, he's
Rudiger
using a back
starts.
four.
With Rudiger, no, last couple of matches I've seen him use a back three. With Rudiger,
No,
so
he only did that for the Arsenal game. It was the Spurs game and the Arsenal game, and he went back to a back four in the
yeah,
Arsenal
so he
game.
went, so he spent two
He played
games
two
playing.
matches at back four,
Exactly.
but it's a back four, right?
I know that I know that going forward, you see, he's still.
No, but even other than the Spurs game, I think it was two games that we won in the back three: Wolves and Spurs.
And I don't.
Ajax was poor
Yeah,
and
still,
Arsenal was a
yo,
disaster. The first one was a disaster.
still not get what I'm saying. When I said I'm gonna use a damn back three first, and damn, like for going forward, you're not getting what I'm saying. And I said I'm gonna need for them. No, we are to them. I gonna do to improve the squad better. That's mine. That's just
Your belief is that Baba will improve the squad. And
Right.
Lampard believes that he will not improve his squad because he's been left out of the squad.
Yeah, but I don't think he's been left out of the squad based on.
Because he will not be there. The club does not see a future for him.
Yeah, but you're not. We're not get is that it's not like them put him in a match and he's played badly.
Yeah, but if these persons who are overseeing these players in training, and if they believe that you are not ready to even make the senior squad,
But that's my point. Is this? My point is this. I don't believe it's. I don't believe that how they're doing it is based on is merited based on how you're performing. I don't believe it's that. I think it's how they just want to set up the squad. It's not merited on based on okay, you know what, Baba is just not good enough. I don't think it's merited on that. I think it's merited on yo, me have an idea of the squad what me want and adjust that way I go. That's how I think it's being done.
well, that's how
Which is fine.
that's how every manager thinks, though.
Exactly, which is why I
When
said
Pep came in, he relegated England's number one to the bench.
no, but that was needed.
But I'm just saying, he didn't even give Joe Hart a chance to even prove himself.
Exactly.
He just said, "You're on the bench."
Exactly. Which again, I'm not saying there's a problem with it, you know. But when you ask me my opinion of how to improve the squad, it's not going to be the same as what Chelsea wanted. I'm not going to just simply sit here and be, oh, you want Sancho, you want this, you want that. I have my opinion of how they can improve the squad without spending that great deal of money. And there still will be a big transfer that is involved, but I just have a way that I think they can improve the squad overall. And again, I know that clubs overall, whether big club or a small club, make decisions based on what the manager wants. But I don't think they're picking this based on, oh yo, this player is just not good enough because I saw him in training. I think it's just yo, me have an idea of the squad that me want, and you just excuse it from it. And that's why I said that they don't need to do what they're doing to improve the squad. That's just my opinion. They don't need to. They're going to. They're going to do what they want to do, which is no problem. That they're the ones who think they're. But I don't think they're picking this based on oh you're not good enough because I saw you and you're performing badly. I don't think it's based on that. That's just my opinion. I don't think it's based on that. I don't think it's based on oh Baba Rahman is not good enough for the squad. I don't think it's that. I just think it's a oh yo I want Chilwell because I'm building the squad a certain way,
Mhm.
which is no problem. You know that's why you're supposed to run a football club. If a manager thinks that this is the man that can get the job done for me. Alright. You remember when team there brought in Fabio Cointreau to Real Madrid first season?
Yeah.
And Cointreau, no matter what, he would find a place for Cointreau in the squad.
Yeah.
Mourinho.
Yeah.
Mourinho damn near thought Cointreau was better than Marcelo, you know. As great as Marcelo was for Real Madrid, you know. Fabio Cointreau when he just came in, you know. Mourinho put him a defensive midfield. Mourinho put him a left wing. Make him come on for Di Maria up on the left wing. Mourinho started him a left back, which is naturally is.
Yes, it's a
But
natural
Mourinho always tried to find a place for Fabio Cointreau in that squad, no matter what. He would literally drop Kidera sometime and play Fabio Cointreau as a defensive midfielder. He always, no matter what, and even though Cointreau is not the better defensive midfielder than Kidera,
No.
not a better left back than Marcelo,
No.
not a good as a winger as
No.
Di Maria or CR7. But he still forced Cointreau in the squad because he want Cointreau in the squad. Cointreau no better than none of the players them we compete with. But Mourinho always tried to find a place in the squad because he wanted him there. Which is why I said, if you're asking Mario his opinion on how the squad can improve, I have an idea of that. My idea of that. Not necessarily what I want them to do, but analyzing the situation,
Mhm.
I don't think it's based on all right, Baba Rahman is not playing good, and Mario just wants to see Baba Rahman in the squad. That's not where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is that I think Baba Rahman is good enough for the squad just from what I've seen him play in the Premier League for Chelsea when he's fully fit. And I think that him along with other players, you can improve this squad a lot without spending a lot. I just think Chelsea are going to spend a lot because that's what they want to do. But if you ask in my opinion on just how to improve the squad, you can do it. There still will be a big signing, but you can do it without spending a lot of money. You don't need to necessarily buy a Ben Chilwell. You don't need to necessarily buy Sancho. Not saying that that wouldn't improve the squad. I'm not saying it wouldn't improve the squad. What I'm saying is you don't need to.
Um, so there's two striking names that has popped up recently.
Right?
Musa Dembele
Mm-hmm.
from Lyon, Gabriel Barbosa, and Timo Werner.
Barbosa is not an ultimate striker, it's first from me.
Well, we know that much.
You literally be buying him to compete with Sancho.
Hmm?
You be buying him to compete with Sancho.
Yeah, but I think
On the right.
Lampard planned to use him as a striker.
Again, not an
I
ultimate
know he's
striker.
not an orthodox striker.
Alright, you see, again, this foolishness. Because you're basically buying a bad soul. You're buying another bad soul.
Because Giroud will be leaving, and
And Barbosa now come at Chelsea to come sit on the bench.
I think Lampard has given up on Batshuayi
Then why buy Barbosa? Because he's not
to
going to work.
compete with Tammy.
He's not going to. I just told you he's not an out striker. You're literally buying another Batshuayi. And
So
Batshuayi is more of a poacher or a better poacher than Barbosa is. And Barbosa is even a poacher.
because, like I said, I know he can play on the wing, and I know he can play
Brother,
as a centre forward.
yeah, exactly. He's an inside forward.
And then you have
But
Musa Dembele.
and then Chelsea play with a direct number nine. They kick the ball right. They direct it into Tammy Abraham's foot. They're not doing that with Barbosa.
Yeah,
That's why I say
sometimes they play Tammy in behind, but they mix it up in behind to feed. It depends.
brother, you're basically buying a younger Batshuayi. And at least Batshuayi can play better as an out and out number nine than Barbosa does.
And then you have Musa Dembele.
Again, buying for buying sake.
You have Musa Dembele,
That makes sense.
which
That
is
makes
another.
that makes sense if you're talking about Lampard's playing style and competing with
But
Tammy.
Leon is being stubborn.
And again,
They turned down. They decided that they said they don't want to sell, but every club says that. We were linked with him before when he was at Celtic. I don't know why they never pulled the trigger then.
because he was playing in the Scottish Premier League and didn't prove shit.
Yeah. So what? So was Van Dijk.
No, but Van Dijk played for the Netherlands national team. You could at least say that.
Yeah, but Van Dijk was Southampton took him
And then
from the Scottish League from Celtic.
Yeah, but that's Southampton. That's Southampton, and he proved himself as a Premier League player, right?
Okay, Liverpool, Robertson.
Played for Hull City in the Premier League. Again, you're talking about players who have done something in the Premier League. The last time Dembele was playing in England, it was Fulham in the Championship,
Okay. Yeah.
and they weren't even
Scored goals?
yeah, but they weren't what they that wasn't their season when they got
No.
promoted.
No. He went to Celtic, scored bucket loads of goals. Went to Leon and he's scoring goals for them. So Dembele looks to be. We know that Leon has rejected a bill, so I think he is the number one target to compete with Tammy because the rumors of Chelsea.
30 seconds right.
Oh, and we've hit the limit. Okay, guys, so that would be that for today's casual podcast, and we'll see you back next week for the next one.